Hey everybody, this is Beth McCullough, and I'm a Stampin' Up Demonstrator in Des Moines, Iowa. And I'm here every Tuesday night with my sweet husband, Steve.
Hi, everybody.
And we've been blessed for the last couple weeks to be here with our sweet daughter-in-law, Amy.
Hi.
Amy's back for one more time, and then you go home Thursday.
Yep.
So they've been here almost 3 weeks. And what were the highlights? Did you do anything fun this last weekend?
Well, we got to celebrate Sean's birthday. That was fun. And we got to go to a craft show, which was a lot of fun. And then also on Sunday, we got to do what I've been waiting to do for a while, which is go to a real pumpkin patch, apple orchard, corn maze, all in one.
And in sunflowers.
In sunflowers, yes. It was a lot of fun. All of my fall dreams came true. We don't get that in Texas. We don't really have fall.
So the Texas girls have fall dreams.
And oh yeah.
We have cute pictures. So look on my blog later this week and you'll see Amy, and she dressed for the part. So Steve and Amy have something in common. When Steve, we tease that he's Redneck Steve or Scuba Steve. Well, Amy was, what would we call it?
Farmer Amy.
Farmer Amy, yes.
Overall fun. So.
And cute hat, yes, you look darling. So it was lots of fun. Tonight, we are going to make this cute card. This is the card that Amy and I made for Sean's birthday card. And the best part about it, oh, I took out the secret part. The best part about it is that it's a magic slider card. Just talk amongst yourselves while I put the slider back in. Oh, that's funny. I had it out with the pieces. You guys know what a magic slider card does, though, right?
I just think we should move the camera so they can see you struggling to put it back in.
Oh, is that fun, though? I'm going to put it in from the bottom. It's going to be a top secret. And when we have a dog who wants to get outside, we have all the things going on tonight. So anyway, it's a cute card. And while I'm putting the slider back in, let's talk about Prize Patrol, Steve.
Yep, I've already got it started. So if you'd like to participate in Prize Patrol, input hashtag Prize Patrol, all one word. Don't worry about caps. Put it into the comments and you'll be entered for our drawing at the end of the video. And Beth, what are we drawing for?
We're drawing for the card we're going to make tonight.
The magic slider card?
Yes,
Wow.
yes. It's a great prize. And don't worry, if you don't like whiskey and you don't want this card, it doesn't matter. You can have a Christmas tree, like a black Christmas tree. And when you pull the tab, then it's decorated. It can be anything. This isn't just about whiskey. But Sean liked the whiskey card, didn't he?
Yeah.
Didn't he? Okay, so here's the tab. Can you see what this looks like? And then as you pull the tab, look at that. The whiskey bottle fills. Isn't that cool? It's super fun. So that is what we're going to make.
I don't understand how it works.
Well,
to me, it's magic. So
it is like magic.
Sean was very mystified by it.
Yes.
He kept asking, but how does this work? How does it work?
And he's kind of a gadget guy. I think he likes playing with things. So we thought he would enjoy that. So that's what we're going to make. We do have a couple specials to go through. Look at everybody who's here already. And you all have Prize Patrolling. Good job. Can you put up the banner, hon? We do have
weekly deals.
Yeah, weekly deals. Tonight's the last night, so get it while you can. They have some great stuff on there. Or actually tomorrow night. Tomorrow night would be the last night. And what else do we have? The Boughs of Holly. I kept telling you it was going on low inventory. It is sold out right now. So you'll have to wait if you want the stamp camp. But I know lots of you that are on tonight already have your products for Boughs of Holly.
But there's an alternative way they can still get the
stamp. They can. If you already own Boughs of Holly, you can just spend the $79 on whatever you want using my host code and still be part of the stamp camp. Or you can wait until it comes back in stock, and it should be back in stock. Our stamp camp is October 28th to 29th. And we have the video to do for that, but I have the card all done and the card that I'm going to show live that weekend. So it's going to be good. So what else do we have on there, hon? Anything else? I think that's it for tonight. So we did watch a video. Tammy White taught Amy and I how to make this card. And then we jazzed it up and made it our own. We changed it to current products. And then another thing we added is Amy wanted the card to open this way.
Mhm.
And you make the card a 4 1/4 by 11. And then you would have to like put the note on the back. So what we did is we used 2 card bases. So we have one card base that's 5 1/2 by 8 1/2, scored at 4 1/4. And we have another card base that's 4 1/4 by 11. So it does take a full sheet of cardstock to make this card, but it's super worth it. Let me show you what else we used. We did use Whiskey Business. And then there's 2 die sets we used. You for sure need the stitched rectangles. That is how we made the frame for the card and also all the cutouts. And then this pretty pillow die, you can use something else, but you need something for the sentiment. And also we used it for this tab that you use to pull the pullout with. So that's all you need. So go ahead and pick whatever stamp set you want. You could make a template for this, or Steve has most of the directions that will be coming up too. So I'm going to set these off to the side. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is take the 5 1/2 by 8 1/2 and score it at 4 1/4. And then we're going to put inside, there's one for that. And also the next one is just the inside basic white. And this is your typical 4 by 5 1/4, and put whatever you want inside the card. So Amy and I are going to double team this one. Look, I made that one too dark. When Amy stamped Sean, she stamped it perfectly. Was that your first stamp on that? Or
Well, I had practiced on just a sheet of paper before.
okay. And I think I need to scoot everything forward. And you know, before I show you any more, so now I think it helps to put this in the right place. You know, this is how your card is going to open. But I'm going to show you the rest of the pieces before we do the rest. So on the stitched rectangles, I ran it through with the brush gold foil, and it's the 4th and 6th largest frame. So you get this frame like this, and then this is in the center. So I used my centerpiece to use the pillow box die to get my die for that, because you know I don't like to waste the more expensive gold. So that's where this came from. And then on the front of the card, there's also a 4 by 5 1/4 piece of designer series paper. And you also use the 6th largest, which is the size inside the frame, to cut out this part of the paper. And then I ran that through, and this is for the pull tab. What do you think? Am I going too fast? Hello. Oh, Steve saying hi to everyone. Good job, Steve.
Just doing what I'm supposed to do.
Then Amy wanted the sentiment for Sean, straight up, you're the best, which made him happy, didn't it? We stamped that in Memento and ran that through. So we have 3 of the pillow die, a DSP, a gold, and a white sentiment. And then we have the gold frame. Okay. Then on the 4 1/4 by 11 piece, it's scored at 5 1/2. I use that same 6th largest rectangle, same size as these, and cut out the center of the black. So you see what we have. And the other thing I did is I put this in the trimmer, and I cut right at the 5 1/2 mark, and I cut from here to here. So I cut it at about 3 1/4 inches. And that is what the tab is going to slide through later. So that's what you need to do to this card base. Okay, then the last thing you need is 2 kinds of ink. I'll have to wait till Steve gets back. He's chasing dogs.
They came in energized.
Yes, energized. They're ready. They'll be in and out. Look for them in the back of the video. You'll see them walking around.
Where are we at, hon?
We're doing window sheets. Do you see a window sheet?
I do. I got it.
Okay. How big is the window sheet? 3 3/4 by 5. And I just stamped it in black, stays on, jet black. And the reason you do this is it won't smear on the window sheet. So it's important on the window sheet that you use the stays on. Then we stamped it again in Memento. And the white sheet for this is 3 1/4 by 5. Now here's where the magic starts. I'm going to move out of the way, and Amy's going to come over and use the Stampin' Blends, and she's going to color the whiskey bottle. And she did use, let's see, yep, that's up far enough. She did use cinnamon cider, which is retired because it's the best whiskey. It's the best whiskey color. And so if you don't have that, Cajun Craze, Pumpkin Pie, Daffodil Delight will work. And do you want to tell them how you did the balmy blue? She used the light balmy blue.
So I kind of just wanted to make it look like the light reflecting off glass. So I used I don't know what tip this would be, the
brush tip.
The brush tip, because I felt like it made it more wispy, I guess. And that's kind of what I wanted here because I didn't want the color to be too much. So I just kind of shaded. I'm not very good at shading on the parts where there was like some scoring.
Don't you think?
Scoring, that's the lines.
Don't you think Stampin' Up? They kind of do a good job showing you where the shading would be.
Yeah,
which is fun. Makes it easier, doesn't it?
Yeah. So just keep it down here. Made it thinner. Here. On the edge here.
Courtney is here live. Yay. And GN says cinnamon cider color is the best. Yes, I may be guilty of saving most of my retired items. And then when I need it for a whiskey bottle, I'm glad I have it.
Cinnamon cider reminds me of the apple orchard we went to this weekend.
Yes, that was fun, wasn't it?
We got some cider. We got apple cider donuts.
Those were very good.
And we got a little apple crisp, which made me get up and make an apple cake this morning. My Bible study fellowship gals were really, really happy because I brought them warm apple cake with cream cheese frosting today. And then Steve had a board meeting, but he got up early and made brisket. So when I got home this afternoon, Amy met me at the door and said, "You have been torturing us all day long."
It smelled so good. It kept wafting up to my office. Yeah.
So Amy's office is basically above the kitchen. And so, yes, we were terrorizing her with all the things.
Good smelling food.
Yes.
Now I'm coloring the whiskey part.
And are you using the light right now?
Light cinnamon cider, yes.
So yeah, we found the most awesome orchard / pumpkin patch.
Amy actually found it.
Yes.
Yeah. She did her research.
She did her
We didn't
research.
even know it existed.
She's the one that doesn't live here, but she found the awesome place because it had everything.
Yeah.
It had apple orchard to pick apples. It had pumpkin patch to pick pumpkins. It had sunflower fields where you could cut sunflowers.
Yeah, it was awesome.
It had a little bit of everything.
So Amy won't be here next week. So if you want to give Amy some hearts for being here the last 3 weeks, I know we appreciate her.
Well, you know, theoretically, she's got her camera and everything that she uses when she does her cake videos. And we can
That's just my phone. It's all very amateur when I do it.
We can send her the link. And she can.
We're going to have to send her all the stamping supplies too. Right now, Amy gets paper pumpkin.
Yeah.
But we could make some cute paper pumpkin things.
Yes, I got the Halloween one recently.
Do you know what you're going to do with it, or who's going to get the paper pumpkin Halloween?
Well, I'm definitely going to make some for my nephews. And so they're coming up to visit in late October, just before Halloween. So I'll have those for when they come up and see us.
Oh, that'll be good.
So on the marks, like where the crystal is etched or whatever it is, I may use the dark cinnamon cider to kind of highlight that, but I am going to go over it just a little bit. again in the lights and inside your piece. Whole thing.
Oh, Courtney shared. Thank you for sharing the video. That actually really helps. Any of you that are willing to share it, we appreciate it. Sandra's on. I'm glad you're here. It's been a long time since we've seen Courtney live. I'm glad you're back. And has everyone done hashtag price patrol?
We have a lot.
Yeah, it'll be good.
Okay.
So you're done with the coloring?
Yes.
You did a great job. Yeah, thank you for holding that up. That helps. Another thing that was your expertise. Do you want to do this too? Because you did it on the gold. I did put the dimensionals on there. Hopefully that won't mess you up. But we liked having the gold stick out the edges. So there's some scissors over there to cut the gold piece. And we could probably just scoot it over.
Yeah. It doesn't really matter where.
Yeah, it's nice. You can see we just have the ends sticking out, and then these two layers are glued together with the dimensionals. You know, one of my DSP layers. I'm gonna look for that quick. Oh, here it is. It's under Steve's phone. I'm glad I found it. This is what I was talking about earlier, that you need a 4 by 5 1/4, and this is the Lights Glow DSP, and it has the 6th largest rectangle cut out of it too. So we did lots of 6th largest rectangle cutting.
I forgot to put up the dimensions of the pull tab, so I'm doing that now.
Okay. Well, and we haven't done the pull tab yet. It's coming.
Okay.
You're getting ahead of us, Steve.
Sorry.
That's okay. No
I'm not
problem.
trying to rush you.
Oh, Chris shared twice. Thank you, Chris. So sweet of you. So Amy's just gluing that onto the gold.
I just eyeballed.
Yep, that's all you have to do. That looks great. Okay, so now the next thing we're going to do is take, okay, I'm going to trade you something. I'm not going to stamp on here. Can you take that? I'm going to take the 4 1/4 by 11 piece, and I'm going to put this border, and it just lines up. So I'm going to put some glue all around it. Steve, do you have any stories, or Sean and Amy?
Courtney's pointing out that Amy immediately grabbed a full glue bottle, so she didn't have any glue issues. So that just shows you that she knows what she's doing. She grabbed the full glue bottle rather than fighting with a full glue bottle.
Yes, that is a good thing. That is a very good thing to do.
And for me, I probably wouldn't ever use half full glue bottles because I'm not as frugal as most of your stamping friends.
Maybe you should be more frugal.
Maybe I should be. I probably should be, but I don't know. You know what you could do? We can open up all the half full glue bottles and dump them together to make a full glue bottle.
Do you think so?
Yeah.
Okay, so I have the DSP on the front. I will tell you the video we watched, the card was torn apart twice at least. So our goal is to not tear this card apart while we're here. And no, I'm not criticizing. I'm just saying you have to get it just right. So that's what we're trying to help you do. So I'm showing the whiskey bottle that Amy colored with the blends, and I'm centering it here. And now what I'm going to do is put, and it doesn't matter if it's centered, none of this is going to show because this part of the card is going to be glued together. After you talked about glue, now mine won't come out.
That was the one I was having problems with too.
Oh, were you?
Yeah.
Then which one didn't you have problems with?
Well, I just squeezed it harder.
Okay. So I'm going to center this in the rectangle, and then I'm just going to shut it. Does that look centered?
Mm-hmm.
So the part to remember, and see this is crooked in here, but it doesn't matter. None of that's going to show. But the blend bottle goes inside the card. Now we're going to take the window sheet that was stamped in the stays on, and then I already put tear and tape up here, and the window sheet is going to go inside the front flap of the card. How many of you have done these magic slider cards before? Tell us if you think this way is easier.
We do have a question from Beth. Did you cut both the 4 1/4 by 11 cardstock and DSP at the same time since they match up so perfectly?
Say that again.
Did you do the 2 sheets that are 4 1/2 by 11?
Okay, there's only one 4 1/4 by 11. And the other one, again, it doesn't matter if the sides are crooked. All that matters is that your bottles totally match. And what do you think, Amy? Do you see what I mean? You can see when I get it off kilter. You think that's it?
That's it, yeah.
Okay, so we're going to leave that there. I took the tear and tape off the front. Bev, I'll get back to you just a second. And now we're going to put this down. So we have the window sheet peeking through and glued to the inside front flap. And we have the colored piece inside the card. And now, Amy, do you want to take the dimensionals off and put that on the front? And I'm going to figure out what Barb is saying.
Bev is talking about the black cardstock and DSP that layers on the top.
Okay, you could. Actually, that would be a good idea, Bev. If you take the 4 1/4 by 11 and you glue that DSP on, you could cut both of those out together. That's a great idea. I did not do that, but you could. And that's every iteration. Like the card we're making is turning out better than the first card we made, which turned out better than, you know, the card we learned from. So I think it's good. But yeah, that's a great idea, Bev. Courtney has not made one, but you guys should make the Amy, the magic slider cards and did you leave room for the frame?
That was. Yeah,
that's what you thought of. I should have thought of that. It's a good thing. Good thing you got it. And then on the back of the frame, we put the adhesive strips, and you can go ahead and put that on too. Another thing is put the frame on first, then you know if you have room. It was a test, Amy. You passed. Amy, where's your mom tonight? I don't see her on here tonight. Was she busy?
I don't know if well, they did just get back from the casino, so she might be resting tonight.
You want some help?
I can't tell
if it's lined up on the top.
Yeah.
If we have to go over the, maybe if we go at it from the side. It is hard, you guys, under the camera. Like it was a lot easier, wasn't it, when we did this and there wasn't a camera in the way. Do you think that's okay?
Yeah, it's just on top of that a little bit.
I think it can be on the top of it.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, I think so too. Okay, so now we have what Steve was trying to show you earlier. This is what we're calling the pull tab. And I made it a little shorter on this one so it'll go in and out easier, but it's 3 inches by 5 inches. And then we stamp "Here's to you" on both sides. And remember this tab we cut out earlier from the DSP? We're just going to fold this in half. And when I did it before, I did it with glue, but it took a while to dry. So I'm going to use mini glue dots on here so it will stay better quicker. Do you have anything else you want to talk about before? We got most of the things done you wanted to do while you were here.
Yes. We still have a couple more things we need to do in the next 2 days, but
Yeah, after this, we're going to go through and do the voiceover for their wedding reception. So that is going to be on Best Last Tap, where tomorrow.
Yep.
So Steve will edit it, take care of that. So this is our pull tab. And the thing about the pull tab is it's going between the colored section and the window sheet. So remember, we cut this slit in the crease up here, and we're just going to take the tab and go through it. And then you need it to stop. So I'm going to glue this stopper on. I'm going to do that before I put it in. This stopper is 1/2 inch by 3.5. And what it's doing is making sure it won't slide out the top. When the recipient is gingerly pulling it out, it will stop it. And you want to put it on the back, not on the front of this card. So when we were at the craft show, Steve was like, just buy some jam. And Amy and I found a great jam stand. And we bought strawberry rhubarb. Did you try it, Beth?
I haven't tried it.
Steve likes sourdough bread. So we've been having sourdough bread with butter and strawberry rhubarb jam. It's
Never had
very
rhubarb anything. So
I grow rhubarb. Did you know that?
I
I
think
have
it's
4 plants in my backyard. So that'll be for next summer, right?
Yeah, the thing about that jam is it's sweet from the strawberry, just a little bit tart from the rhubarb.
Okay.
So it's a really good combination.
Yeah, you should try that and see if you like it. Okay, so it just sits here in the card, and you can see the front of the whiskey bottle. And do you think the magic will work? Look at that. Yay! On our first try on video, it worked. You guys, this is fun, very fun. Another thing we did different on this card is we made it not quite so wide, because this one we really had to work with it, and we had to be gentle with it, pulling in and out. So this is Sean's card. The card we're sending tonight is more playable because you can get it in and out easier. But it's still, the stopper does keep it from going out all the way to the top. So that is what we have for you tonight.
I agree with Jan.
Oh.
This is a fun card.
Oh, you know something? I didn't finish it. I was like, we're done. Let's go home. There's 2 more steps to do. One reason it probably slid so nicely is that I didn't put the tear and tape. You shuck this card. Were you thinking of that yet, Amy? Or no?
Like,
You
oh,
just
no,
thought we're
it's
done.
fine.
That was
It's
easy.
fine.
Look how good we did. So we put tear and tape on 3 sides, and we completely enclose this card. I don't know. The recipient thinks it's cooler maybe because they have no idea how it works. Like Steve is still mystified by it.
I think I know now. It's the transparent sheet that's the key, right?
Well, and it's key to have this pull tab coming up between the transparent sheet.
Sean kept asking how it worked, and we refused to tell him. It's magic.
Yes, yes.
Well,
Just to
I
keep the mystery.
was gonna say, I'm kind of disappointed. I know, honestly, because it was much more mystical previously.
Yeah. Okay, so I have the tear and tape on all 3 sides, and I'm going to take this off. So our card might not slide in quite as good as it was before. And I did put a little bit of it on the bottom of this card, but remember, anything inside the card is not going to show except what is in that window. So it doesn't matter.
The stopper isn't touching the tape.
Right, exactly. Do you think the stopper is touching the tape?
I think we're going to have a problem
I think
because
it's a little bit. We might have
the
to
stopper is too wide now.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. So we're going to do some surgery. Again, we're not tearing the card apart yet, so that's good. We'll just trim that off. I was trying to be very giving it lots of
I
room.
can predict for you that the reason it's hard to pull sometimes is because the stopper is too wide compared to how you have tear and tape down the card.
Okay, well, if you see, the stopper is still stopping. And if you do it just right,
So I would take it all the way to the top before you put the card down.
look at this. The assistant Stampin' Up Demonstrator is now giving advice. I love
Mechanical
it.
engineering.
I love
Here we
it.
go.
Okay, so I am going to glue this down the way Steve said, with the stopper and the pull tab out of the way. Get it all the way down. And look at that.
Mhm.
He was skeptical, but we did it just like magic. There is a little bit as you go back in, but you can teach your whoever you gave the card to how to do that. Okay, so this is how the card ended up, where you write on the back, and Amy wanted it to be like a real card. So that's why we use the 2 card bases, and then we're just going to glue this 4 1/4 by 11 to the 5 1/2 by 8 1/2, which was a great idea. So this is an Amy original. I don't think there's any magic cards that have this done on the side.
I just wanted to be able to have the inside to write
Yes.
why Sean was best.
Yes, she wrote really sweet things to her new husband. Okay. Bev says you're giving technical advice too.
I even have an idea for an improvement.
Okay, what's your idea, Steve? Let's hear it.
If it were me, and I wanted to make sure that that inside was going to go up and down easily, I would just take glue and just go on the very outside edge to maximize the inside area that's still open.
Okay, so how many of you would like Steve to make next week's card? I think
Nah, I don't need to make a card. I'm just trying to suggest a potential improvement.
I think that would be a great idea. So Courtney says it's awesome. Bridget says it's terrific. Bev loves Amy and her magical card. Yes. So are you guys ready for Prize Patrol?
I think everybody signed
So
in.
as we were a few minutes late, it was very important that we eat the brisket and the apple cake.
The brisket was very good. I actually haven't had the apple cake yet.
Oh, you
Ran out of
haven't eaten
time,
the
but I'm
apple
going
cake?
to after.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
the apple cake is the reward for a
I've
vid-
had
a
my
good video.
apple cake already, I must say. So
Okay.
there's 12 chances. If you have won a card in the past, I am just about caught up sending all the cards. But if you've won a card in the past and you haven't got it, please email me, Beth, at stamping with a G, stampingmom.com. Or if you win tonight, email me and give me your snail mail address. And I'll actually mail this one out tomorrow, and then we'll catch up and be on track
Ready to
again.
go. Are you ready
Okay,
to
here
drop?
we go.
Round and round. The winner is Sandra.
Sandra, yay! I'm glad you won. So I am going to measure the weight on this. It might be a little bit thick to mail it with a normal stamp, but I'll find that out tomorrow. So you'll know when it comes if I used an irregular stamp. Because we did have more card layers, it might take a little more. But it's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
Thanks for all your help, Amy.
Yes,
We're going to miss you next
I
week.
know. I've enjoyed being here, and we'll be back at Thanksgiving. So
Yes.
if there's any videos, then I might be able to.
Are you planning to do another video at
Yeah.
Thanksgiving?
Yeah.
Okay, that'll be awesome. Like I said, maybe we'll figure out something with the paper pumpkin long distance. But hey, Lisa and Tony, everybody, thanks for getting on. We so appreciate you. Please come back next week. See what Steve has for you. I think
Wait.
he's ready to make another card.
I didn't. Well, sure.
And Sandra, you can, well, you know what you could do? We do have a beer set too. And someone wanted you to make a beer card. So
Yeah. With
and
the,
then we'll go back to my normal cute and flowery cards. We won't be on beer and whiskey forever. This is a temporary side trip. But
Have you ever made a card before?
I have. And it's terrifying to me
and
to do, especially on camera.
don't you all love it when Steve makes a card?
Hmm.
Yeah.
So I think it's more like watching the races to see the crashes. You know, it's waiting to see just how much I have to MacGyver the car.
Bev wants Amy to remote in for the live. I have a question, Bev. When we meet for lunch in October, is that at Kathy's house or is that at a restaurant? I got a message last night and I'm not sure where we're meeting. But Sandra, make sure you send me your address and I'll mail that tomorrow. And everybody have a great week. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.
Bye.